Climate Change, a Natural Process or a Human-Caused Crisis? By Professor Dr. H.C. Daniel T. Campstius. Introduction. In recent years, the debate on climate change has intensified, ranging from views of it as a natural cycle of Earth's history to a pressing crisis exacerbated by human activities. This article aims to analyze the complex dynamics of climate change and distinguish between natural patterns and the current unprecedented trends marking profound change, often referred to as global warming. Understanding climate change. Climate change refers to significant, long-term changes in average temperature, precipitation, and wind patterns over an extended period. Throughout Earth's history, the planet has experienced several climate changes, including ice ages and warmer interglacial periods driven by factors such as volcanic eruptions, changes in solar radiation, and natural emissions of greenhouse gases. The argument of natural cycle. Advocates of the natural cycle argument claim that current climate changes are simply part of Earth's natural ups and downs. They point to historical periods like the medieval warm period, approximately 950–1250 AD, and the Little Ice Age, approximately 1300 to 1850 AD, as evidence that the Earth experiences natural temperature fluctuations without human intervention. The anthropogenic factor. However, the term global warming specifically refers to the recent and rapid increase in Earth's average surface temperature, largely attributed to human activities since the Industrial Revolution. During this time, the combustion of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes have exponentially increased, leading to a significant rise in concentrations of greenhouse gases, particularly carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, CH4, and nitrous oxide, N2O. Distinguishing features of modern climate change. Several crucial factors differentiate current climate change from historical natural cycles. Speed of change. The speed at which global temperatures are rising is unprecedented. Historical climate changes took millennia, while the current warming trend has been observed over a few decades. Concentrations of greenhouse gases. Current levels of CO2 and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are higher than anything recorded in the past 800,000 years. The Keeling curve, tracking atmospheric CO2 concentrations, shows a sharp increase since the mid-20th century. Human impacts. Unlike previous natural events, current climate change is heavily influenced by human activities. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, reports it is highly likely that more than half of the observed increase in global average surface temperature from 1951 to 2010 was caused by human activities. Understanding CO2, natural versus anthropogenic sources. To understand how scientists distinguish between natural and anthropogenic sources of CO2, it is important to consider the carbon cycle. Natural sources. CO2 is naturally released into the atmosphere through processes such as animal respiration, decomposition of organic matter, and volcanic eruptions. These sources were in equilibrium over millennia, with natural sinks such as oceans and forests absorbing approximately equal amounts of CO2. Human activities. Since the Industrial Revolution, human activities such as burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas, deforestation, and industrial processes have significantly increased CO2 emissions. These activities release carbon stored for millions of years back into the atmosphere, disrupting the natural carbon cycle. The difference between climate change and weather. A crucial difference between climate change and weather lies in the timescale over which changes are perceived. Weather refers to short-term atmospheric conditions that can vary over hours to days, while climate change describes changes occurring over decades to centuries. It takes approximately 20 years or more to identify and confirm long-term trends in climate, whereas weather is experienced on a short-term and immediate basis. The critical threshold of the point of no return. A critical aspect of current climate change is reaching a threshold known as the point of no return. This point marks when climate changes become irreversible, potentially causing catastrophic impacts on ecosystems, biodiversity, and human societies. Scientific evidence suggests that if global warming exceeds 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, the likelihood dramatically increases for such irreversible effects to occur. Consequences of modern climate change. The impacts of modern climate change are profound and far-reaching. Sea level rise, melting polar ice caps and glacier, combined with thermal expansion of seawater, are causing sea levels to rise, threatening coastal communities worldwide. Extreme weather events, elevated global temperatures contribute to more frequent and severe weather events, including hurricanes, heat waves, droughts, and heavy rainfall. Disruption of ecosystems. Changes in climate conditions disrupt ecosystems and biodiversity, leading to shifts in species distribution, altered migration patterns, and the risk of extinction for many species. Human health risks. Climate change exacerbates health issues, from heat-related illnesses to the spread of vector-borne diseases such as malaria and dengue fever. Conclusion. While climate change is a natural process that has occurred throughout Earth's history, current trends characterized by rapid temperature increases and unprecedented concentrations of greenhouse gases are largely driven by human activities. Understanding the differences between natural climate variability and anthropogenic global climate change is crucial for addressing the challenges we face. The evidence is clear: human-caused climate change poses significant risks to our planet and future generations. It is essential that we act together to mitigate its impacts, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and transition to sustainable practices. The critical threshold of the point of no return indicates that we have no time to lose. The fate of our planet is in our hands, and the time to act is now.